What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live Inverse Edition. This is episode number 9, and coming in today, we are sitting at a record of 17-6 on the series. This is going to be the third and final time that we are using this team, and it's kind of a strange setup for me because I haven't recorded Inverse in over a week, or maybe just about a week. Something along those lines, which is weird because normally I record all three parts using the one team all at once, and I only recorded 2. So it just kind of feels strange to me. I don't know why, but I'm just going to record one episode with this team, and we'll see how it goes. For those of you that are forgetting what exactly we're running, because it has been a while, I'm running a sub-disabled Gengar with Black Sludge, Physically Defensive Weezing with Rocky Helmet, Choice Specs, Whimsicott, Trick Room, Last Resort, Silk Scarf, Kecleon, everybody knows Linda by now. Then we have Trick Room Behemoth as well with a Life Orb, Psychic and Signal Beam and Recover are the other moves on that set. And then we have a Physical Mega Glalie, which is pretty darn good in Inverse, especially because it does resist a lot of things with that Ice typing. So that is that. We have a pretty standardish team here. I've been seeing Umbreon a lot lately. I played a couple of not test games because I wasn't really testing a team, but I was just trying to get my Inverse legs back a little bit, because if you don't play it regularly, it's kind of hard to get into the mindset of, you know, everything's opposite. So yeah, I played a couple of warm-up games, and I think Umbreon was on every team, which was kind of strange. And the Glalies are everywhere too, and they're all moody, sheer cold, specially defensive nonsense. I don't know why that's a thing. Also, Secret Power Kangaskhan is like the new craze. Everybody and their mother is using it just so they don't have to worry about Rocky Helmet. But anyway, I kind of... Serperior is a very common lead. Like, a lot of times when I see Serperior, people just like to lead with it and try to, you know, set up Leaf Storms immediately. Whimsicott does OHKO Serperior with a Giga Drain. From previous experience, I've done it a few times. So I could lead off with Whimsicott, but Whimsicott doesn't do a whole lot to the rest of his team. And Umbreon just walls it just like there's no tomorrow. But anyway, we will see what happens here. We will see what happens indeed. I think this might be one of the first times I've seen Conkeldurr on an Inverse team too. But it's good for Ghost types. So he's actually going to lead off with the Conkeldurr. And so I'm going to lead with Glalie. And I will just fire off a return here. I resist the stab, so the only thing he's going to be able to hit me with is an Ice Punch. So I'm assuming that's what he's going to go for, or he is going to switch. If he has Landorus, he'll switch into that. But he's going to stay in, so I'm assuming he does not have Landorus on the team. Or Serperior, for that matter, because Serperior could probably take 3 returns, because it's not very effective, obviously. And that is going to be a 2-hit KO as he goes for the knockoff. Ha! I love that. I love that. Now, see, the reason he went for knockoff there is because he was assuming that I was running the set that everybody seems to be running at the moment on Glalie, which is the ridiculous, moody, sheer cold nonsense set. It's pure cancer, basically, and everybody on Battlespot naturally is all over that. But that saves me because it allows me to take out the Conkeldurr in 2 hits. And now he's going to go into his Mega Kangaskhan, and I do have Weezing. I mean, it can take hits from it, but with Secret Power most likely being what he's going to have, I'm not going to be able to get that extra damage off with the Rocky Helmet, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this turns out here. Don't go for Power Up Punch. Substitute, that's a new one. That's pretty interesting. I mean, it saves Mega Kangaskhan from getting burned from things like Rotom Wash, but Rotom Wash is not used in Inverse because its typing is so good normally. Not the greatest in Inverse, but anyway, he is going to fire off the Secret Power there. Doesn't do even half, and we don't get paralyzed, so we just need to hope that this Sludge Bomb breaks the sub, and it does. So we're in a pretty good position here. He can't kill me with another Secret Power. The only way this could go wrong is if he Secret Powers me and then paralyzes me, and then I'm paralyzed and unable to move, like 2 turns in a row or something. So he does go for the Secret Power, and he is going to get the paralysis on the last hit there, and we're going to be fully paralyzed. Why did I say anything? Why did I jinx it? That is my own fault. And he's going to go for Substitute just to bank on the para. I guarantee you. Yep, that's what he does. And he gets it. I love it when RNG rewards nonsense. That's just great. And now he's going to kill me with the Secret Power. This means we're probably going to lose. Because now I have to sacrifice something to just break the sub, basically. Now, actually, this could work in my favor, because if he has Substitute, that could mean that he doesn't have Sucker Punch. Which, I mean, I'm gonna need this Kangaskhan to not have priority if Kecleon is gonna be able to come in and just take some names. So I'm gonna use Glalie here to break the sub. And I don't know if he can kill me with Secret Power, to be honest. He might be able to, but I guess we win a speed tie there, or he's adamant. Because I'm pretty sure we have the same speed tier. But anyway, we break that. So maybe we got a little bit lucky there. RNG God smiling down on us. Or it was adamant Kangaskhan. Or he has some HP investment. I don't really know. I don't care. He does kill me with a Secret Power, unfortunately. But I guess that is to be expected. Glalie's not like the bulkiest thing. And it's a Mega Kangaskhan. For crying out loud. And now, it all rests on Linda. Linda, I need you to come through for us here. We're going to set up the Trick Room as this thing is going to fire off a Secret Power. Please don't paralyze me. Please don't paralyze me, as that does a lot of damage. And basically, I need to bank on the fact that this thing does not have Sucker Punch. I mean, we will resist it on turn 1 if he goes for it, because I will still be a Psychic type. But I think it would still kill me anyway, because it's a Mega Kangaskhan. So he's going to withdraw, actually. Maybe that means he has Fake Out, and he's trying to switch out for that reason. I don't know. He's going to go into his Glalie. This is dead. This is dead. You're not taking a Last Resort. I'm sorry. I know that you're the stupid set, but we get a critical hit. I don't know how much that mattered. I mean, maybe he could have barely survived that, but, I mean, I definitely would have outsped anyway. I mean, I guess he could have had Ice Shard, so maybe that did matter. If he, like, barely survived, fired off an Ice Shard, that could have killed me, possibly. But if he was the set that I think that he was, then it would not have killed. And he does not have Sucker Punch or Fake Out. This is dead. You are not taking that from that range. Linda coming through for us yet again in the clutch. When it matters, Linda is the one you can always count on. She always, always, always comes through for me. Always. She's like the only 100% reliable member of any team I've ever built, basically. And to think that this whole set was created just to be stupid, I cannot believe how much work it's put in. But anyway, I'm assuming that the Battle Spot ladder is going to take a while to find us a match, so I will be right back after we find ourselves our next opponent. Alrighty, we are finding somebody from Lower Normandy in France. Okay, that's better than Japan. That is better than Japan. I also didn't mention it, but our record is 18-6 now after that victory. So we'll see if we can improve on that over the course of the next, I'm hoping, 2 battles. So we see some interesting things here. Don't see Dragonite a whole lot on Inverse. Ditto is kind of annoying. And then we see the Tornadus T. I think that's the first time I've ever seen Tornadus T. But it does resist Rock and Ice and Electric, so that's pretty good, I guess. Those are pretty decent attacking types in Inverse. And then, of course, the Mega Kangaskhan. The obligatory Mega Kangaskhan, because it's stupid broken. And what else do we have here? That could be Mega Gengar, too, for all I know. And then Breloom. I'm assuming that's just going to be Sash Breloom. The Tornadus T is probably going to be Life Orb, question mark, because it does have Regenerator. Could be Assault Vest, too. And I don't know what that Dragonite is going to be. I'm guessing, like, Weakness Policy, Dragon Dance, Shenanigans, or Lumberry. We will have to see. But I'm going to bring Whimsicott, because Whimsicott actually poops on a huge portion of his team. Gengar, Tornadus T, Breloom, Dragonite all die to Whimsicott. Only thing is Mach Punch from Breloom does like 90%. So if he leads with Breloom, I can fire off a Giga Drain. I think he would have to get close to a max roll to kill me. I'm pretty sure. But I guess it also depends on whether he's Jolly or Adamant too. But anyway, I want to bring Weezing because I do see the Mega Kangaskhan. I know that he could have the Secret Power and avoid the Rocky Helmet and all that stuff, but I'm still going to bring it. And then I'm going to bring Beheeyem as well because I should be able to take a hit from something like the Tornadus, set up a Trick Room, and that could help Whimsicott too because Tornadus T does outspeed Whimsicott naturally. I don't know what he would have to hit me with other than like Grass Knot, but if I'm at like low HP, you never know. So he is in fact going to lead off with the shiny Breloom here, and I don't really have a switch into this. I mean, if I go into Weezing, he's most likely just going to Mach Punch followed by Bullet Seed, or if he Bullet Seeds this turn, thinking I could be sashed, Weezing probably just easily 2-hit KO'd, and Beheeyem's not switching in on a Mach Punch or a Bullet Seed, does not take physical hits very well at all, plus I want him to be able to set up Trick Room. So, we're going to have to bank on the fact that Whimsicott can live a Mach Punch here. And I'm going to fire off a Giga Drain. He does, in fact, go for the Mach Punch. Come on, Whimsicott, take this. Take this. Yes, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Living with 4 HP of all things. Get off the Giga Drain. So we're going to get a decent chunk of of playing too much Platinum. In case you couldn't tell, I just recorded the Platinum episode. We get some HP back. And so that brings us back to about half, and I'm assuming he's going to go for Mach Punch again since I do outspeed him. So I will go into Weezing, and he will die because of the Rocky Helmet. Unfortunately, this is super effective, so it does like almost 50%. Wow. That did a lot of damage, but it was worth it to get rid of this thing. So, and we kept Whimsicott around, which, like I said, does poop on a large chunk of his team. And I think with that HP that we have, we might be out of range of Extreme Speed from Dragonite if he does have that. So he's going to go into his Tornadus T here. This can kill me with pretty much anything. There's no way I'm surviving a Hurricane. The question is, do I want to just switch in Beheeyem on that? I don't really have a switch in. So what I can do is Pain Split, I guess. I mean, he could have Air Slash and not Hurricane. I might live in Air Slash. He's going to go for Grass Knot, actually. I should be able to take that, no problem. Yeah, I'm not super duper heavy. So he is going to show off the... Oh, no, he's not going to show off Life Orb. So he might be a Assault Vest. I don't really know. Not sure about that. He's not Life Orb. That was Rocky Helmet damage because Grass Knot is one of the few special attacks that actually makes physical contact. So he's actually going to switch here to get the Regenerator going. And he is going to switch into his Kangaskhan. And we are going to get a Sludge Bomb off, so any prior damage is good. Unfortunately, Whimsicott does die to a Sucker Punch. It is super effective, but we get a little bit lucky here and get the Poison, so we get some extra residual damage going. And if he does have Return, actually, if he has Secret Power, it might not kill me. If he has Return, he's going to take Rocky Helmet damage plus the Poison damage, and then I think Nature Power will kill him from there, and then we can sacrifice Beheeyem to possibly go back out into Whimsicott and finish off the Tornadus T with a Giga Drain, if provided that we can survive a Grass Knot, of course. That is the plan. That is the plan. He does have Return, not the Secret Power. That is going to kill me, but he's going to have to take 2 turns, or 2 rounds of Rocky Helmet, I should say, plus the Poison damage. So I can easily go out into my Whimsicott here to finish him off. But then I'm going to have to sacrifice something. And then it's all going to come down to Whimsicott surviving. What I could do is go out into Beheeyem. I could roll the dice a little bit and hope that he can survive a return. Now, I've actually been in this situation before. Jolly Mega Kangaskhan has a chance to OHKO Beheeyem. But I'm actually, yeah, I'm going to make that play. But I'm pretty sure that the roll is very much so in my favor to survive. So, I mean, if Beheeyem goes down, it's not the end of the world. I'm still in the same position anyway, I guess. Because Beheeyem would most likely not get a hit off because he'd have to switch in. So, I don't really have too much to lose. I think I'm going to end up in the same position anyway. But in this instance, I have a chance to secure myself the win if I do survive. And, oh, 4 HP again. What is it with my Pokemon surviving with 4 HP? It's like it's the magical number this time around or something. So we do get the Trick Room off, and the Kangaskhan's going to go down to the Poisoning, which means that the Tornadus T will be outsped by my Whimsicott unless Unless it's modest. I really hope it's not modest. Everybody runs timid, though, because you have to take full advantage of that base 121 speed tier. You know, to outspeed things. To outspeed Sceptile before it Mega Evolves. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to fire off a Signal Beam here because it is super effective, and this is probably going to do a huge chunk. A huge chunk. In fact, that almost kills it. Looks like he might have survived at 4 HP. And we're going to die to Life Orb, but the match is pretty much over at this point because I have priority in Nature Power. But he did get confused there. Is he going to kill himself? Yes, he is. So the match is going to end on the Tornadus T just smacking itself right in the face. And I'm completely okay with that. So that's another victory for us as Behem comes through for us there. Everybody came through for us there, living on 4 HP. I love it. I love it. So that brings our record to 19-6 on the series. And with all of that being said, I think we have time for one more battle. So I am going to cut away here. And once the ladder finds us our next opponent, I will be right back. Alrighty, so we have a battle here against Tino. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that. But anyway, he's from Mexico, and he's got a Swampert, a Charizard. I'm guessing Metagross? Mega Metagross? No, he's got to have Mega Charizard. He could have 2 Megas. I don't really know. He's got a Latias, a Venusaur with no item, and then a Riolu at level 6. Don't really understand the Riolu at level 6. Maybe this is like an in-game team. Possibly. Possibly? Question mark? I don't know. How do I want to handle this? Whimsicott actually poops on a large majority of his team. If that's Charizard X, then it just dies to a Giga Drain in one hit. Venusaur will most likely die to Giga Drain in one hit. Latias is going to take a buttload of damage. The only thing that is not going to die to it, basically, is Swampert. So I'm going to lead off with Whimsicott because it does so well against everything except Swampert. So pretty good chances there. I'm going to bring Linda again because Linda's power. And then I guess I'll bring Glalie. No, we'll bring Gengar. Gengar hasn't done anything. I think the only time it's been on the field has been as fodder, if I'm remembering correctly from the previous 2 episodes. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into the battle, though. Yes. Yes. I have a lot of suggestions from you guys for the next team, too. I need to get started on that. And hopefully not go an entire week without an inverse episode. Because that's just not cool. He's going to lead off with the Swampert, of course. Of course you're going to lead off with the Swampert, because that's the one thing on your team that I did not want you to lead off with. Now, depending on what his spread is, you know, if he's specially defensive or if he's Mega or whatever, Moonblast may or may not be a 2-hit KO. I don't know that I want to risk that because he's just going to Waterfall me. Gengar can take 1 hit, and Swampert actually doesn't have much to hit me with other than his Water Stab, so I can disable whatever attack he goes for, and then should be able to hit him with a Sludge Bomb. So he does go for Surf, actually. Okay. So he's... I mean, that kind of did a lot. He's like specially offensive Swampert? I don't know what to think about that exactly, but we can still disable it because it's not like he can hit me with whatever his ground stab is. So he'd have to have something else like Ice Punch or I don't know. I mean, he can't Toxic me either. Oh, he has Waterfall and Surf. That's gonna kill me. Okay. Okay then. I'm pretty sure this is an in-game team. There's no reason to carry Surf and Waterfall in the same set. I'm gonna lose to this. I'm gonna lose to an in-game team. And I don't know that there's much I can do about it. I guess I have to go into Whimsicott here and sacrifice it because Linda cannot OHKO a Swampert because it is too fat. So if we get some prior damage on this, we'll have to see if we can just sweep with Linda afterwards. So I have to go for Moonblast. That should do about half because this is regular Swampert. And it's somewhat offensive, I guess. We get a special attack drop. Not that it matters because he's just going to go for Waterfall since Surf is disabled. And Whimsicott actually does survive that with 2 HP. Whimsicott has been so clutch in this episode, surviving on such small amounts of HP. He's like winning all the damage rolls. And we're going to finish off the Swampert with a Moonblast. This is great because I do outspeed everything else on his team. So I should be able to get off at least one hit on something, as he's going to go into Latias. I really don't want to switch Linda in to take damage, but at the same time, outspeeding this thing and hitting it with a Choice Spec Stab Giga Drain would be fantastic. I don't think it'll kill it from full health either. And I also don't think that a Last Resort will kill it. I think I need a little bit of prior damage to be able to finish it off. So I think at this point, it's in my best interest to just click Moonblast, do whatever damage I'm going to do, you know, probably like 15% or so, maybe 20%. Latias is relatively bulky. And yeah, just let Whimsicott go down to whatever move he's going to go for, if he even has an attacking move, because who knows. I don't really know what to think of this person's team. Surf, Waterfall, Swampert. So we're just going to go for the Moonblast here. And can we get a special attack drop? No, we cannot. So that did do about 15% or so. That's really all I need. I'm pretty sure that Last Resort can kill from there. So he just goes for the Dragon Pulse to take out the Whimsicott. I really hope that I don't lose to this team. I really, really hope. Because I am so... I don't know. I'm like 99% sure that this is an in-game team. And that's really frustrating if I lose to that. So I'm going to go for a Trick Room here, because that is what you do when Linda is out. You set up the Trick Room, and then you just mindlessly continue to click Last Resort until everything is dead. And you laugh maniacally in between every death. So he's going to go for Dive, because I actually don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know why he went for Dive. But that means that I'm going to waste another turn of Trick Room, going for Last Resort, since I now outspeed in the Trick Room, and the Latias is going to avoid since it's under the water, and then hit me with a Dive, which does nothing, did about 40 HP, and now you're dead. You're not taking this. You are not taking... There is no in-game Latias that's taking a Last Resort from Linda. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Get out of here. Get out of here. So we'll see what his last Pokemon is. If it's Metagross, that's game over. If it's Charizard Y, that's game over. If it's Venusaur... Actually, this did not have an item, so it can't be Mega. So this might get O-Code. I believe... Well, I see, it's an in-game team, too, so I don't know what the IVs and EVs are. As that does, like, 99.8%. He's going to fire off a Leech Seed. And are you going to go for Protect the following turn? Make the MLG play? We'll have to see. I don't know. Roman just came online, too. That's kind of scary. Some ridiculous hack's about to happen right now. I hope not. Nope. He doesn't even have Protect. Or if he did, he's just going to let me kill his Venusaur. Anyway, as Linda, yet again, cleaning up the game for like the 1,000th time in this session. She's just too powerful. She's too good. She needs to be banned. She doesn't belong. She does not belong. She is a god amongst non-gods. Yeah, what I said. Anyway, that brings the record to 20-6 on the series, and that's going to do it for this episode and this team. Hope you guys enjoyed this little session. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.